talking about depreciation. So this is a very important term, and from calculations perspective, to understand this term very with all other details. So we'll see like this. So this is the template that we are using. This is the financial data template. Now, first of all, what we will do, we will take up one example here. So what is depreciation and how it is calculated? So here we see that a purchase value of a particular car, let's say new car is here as 50,000. So let's say I remove this data here and let it be 5 lakh instead of 50,000. And the second hand value of this particular car will be 22.5 lakhs, so which is 2,50,000. And the number of years it was with the owner was, let's say, 8 years. I just wanted to check what is the straight line depreciation. There are multiple ways of calculating depreciation. You can directly check straight line depreciation, like after 8 years what will be the depreciation. And so for that we use a function called SLN. SLN takes actually 3 parameters. It asks for the original cost, then it asks the selling price, and finally it asks for the length of ownership. So these 3 factors we take into consideration and while calculating the depreciation. So what we will do, we will use the function called SLN, and the cost, this is the original cost, and then the salvage is actually the second hand, like after, like once the owner decides to sell that particular car or whatever instrument it is. So what is the value at that particular moment? So what is the market price, you can say. So how much the actual owner can get out of that car which is he's selling in second hand value. So that is known as salvage. So let's say if I have purchased an item worth 1,000 rupees and I have used it for 1 year, let's say. Now I wanted to check, like after 1 year, what will be the market value of that particular instrument. So I see that that particular instrument, the market value right now for that instrument which you have already used for 1 year is, let's say, 600 rupees. So in that case, this means that we have seen a depreciation from 1,000 to 600, and there is a depreciation calculation that goes behind it to calculate the actual depreciation percentage and depreciation value. So we can say this is the cost of the original car when I purchased the new car, and the salvage value is this. So at the moment after 8 years, the market value of such a car is almost around 2,50,000. And how many years, what was the life, if I want to check what was the life? So I check it like this. So this is the life, 8 years I have used, and the moment I close my bracket and press enter, you can see that there was a straight line depreciation of 31,250 rupees. So I have actually taken into consideration the cost and the selling price also. Now, what is the formula that Excel is using? So the actual formula for calculating real depreciation percentage will, based on the depreciation percentage, if you want to calculate it manually, it will be like this, equal to, you can say 1 minus, then we give the salvage. So salvage is this, and by cost, this is the cost. So to the power of, how do we write? We put it like this symbol which is there in your keyboard, just above, so part of your numeric keyboard, just above 6 you will see this particular number, and then to the power of 1 by life. So this is life. We end it like this, we close it like this. The moment we press enter, so we see that the depreciation was of 8%. So we can see that the actual depreciation that has happened for this particular car is of 8.29%. Now, similar situation we can have in a year wise depreciation also. Let's say we take a second scenario wherein we have a purchase value, we have the second hand value as well, and the ownership, year of ownership, we have it here. We want to calculate the depreciation by year. So this will not be a straight line depreciation, we will be using something called SYD. So based on the sum of years or the digits of the years, we can calculate this. Returns the sum of year digits depreciation. So this means that this particular option takes the final result, and this takes a yearly result. So it asks for all the parameters, but it also asks for the period as well. So what we are going to provide is, we will say this is the cost, the salvage value is this, the total life of that particular vehicle after which the salvage value has been calculated is this, and the period is this. We wish to calculate the same depreciation for all of these cells. So what we have to do, because this three parameters, the purchase value, the second hand value and the ownership, will be same for all these years. So what we will do, we will highlight three of them and press F4. Then what will happen? It will be same. So you can see that based on this purchase value and second hand value, the depreciation for first year was this, almost around 1,57,000. Now what we can do, we can copy this formula to the other cells just to see how much depreciation was there in total. So if we put it down, so we can see that this particular number matches with this second hand value. So this means that after 6 years, the total depreciation of this car, which was of 1 lakh, was 5,50,000 depreciation was there, and this means the second hand value will be definitely 4,50,000. So this depreciation and the straight line depreciation has got two different ways of seeing into the data. So this is how we calculate. So we can have the depreciation value like this.